What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. AJ and Eddie Hearn, they have a pretty good system set up, you know, so it seems. The money's good. You know, the negotiations have been poor on both sides, or, it's been challenging. So let's say that, between him and Deontay Wilder. And, the news is in that Dillian Whyte will be more than likely the next opponent to fight Anthony Joshua on that April slot at Wembley. And Eddie Hearn, he made a comment because Deontay Wilder refuses to reply to them. Now, this is what I'm talking about, okay? I don't want to see, me personally, I do not want to see another Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua fight. That's no different to me. That's no different than Bob Arum fighting Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley, or Juan Manuel Marquez, Manny Pacquiao fights over and over again. You know what I mean? Because it seems like they're running out of guys. I would be more, just someone new. I would be more content with a new fighter. No one that he's already beat. I know it was a pretty good fight, but I don't think that, they're saying, oh, well, Whyte earned a rematch. And it seems like to me that Eddie Hearn wants to just keep these fights in-house to me, because it would make more sense for someone like Luis Ortiz to get a shot before Dillian Whyte. And I'm not saying that because he earned it. I'm saying because it would be a better fight. You know what I mean? Because regardless of what everybody thinks about Dillian Whyte, he's a good fighter. He has a good, vicious left hook. He's a dog. He will come to you. He brings the fight to you. He's exciting. I get it. But at the end of the day, Joshua already dispatched this guy. He knocked him out cold. There's really nothing else that you know what I mean, that you can prove at that point. And it seems like to me it's just a fighter to fill that slot because your negotiations with Deontay Wilder fell through. If Deontay Wilder's negotiations fell through, don't go with the same old song and dance. That's what I propose that. At least try someone like Jarrell Miller, Dominic Brazil. Not even Dominic, because Dominic had his choice, his shot at Joshua. I just did a video. I'm uploading that video right now for you guys. But it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. It just something I don't feel right about it. If you can't get Deontay Wilder, get Luis Ortiz. Because at least Luis Ortiz, yeah, he's not a champion, but neither is Dillian Whyte. He's the WBC silver. That means nothing, really. That's not on the elite level. The real belt belongs to Wilder, though. Wilder had a tough fight with Luis Ortiz. The strategy should be him fighting Luis Ortiz and beating Luis Ortiz, if Luis Ortiz is that easy to beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, Deontay Wilder didn't think so. It took him 10 rounds, and plus he was out on his feet in the 7th round. Get in there with that Cuban that you ducked that whole time. You know what I mean? Get in there with him. So, let's see what you can do with a fighter that's fought your rival and lost to your rival. Just like I would love to see Dominic Brazil fight Deontay Wilder because of that too. There's more than one reason guys should fight. So we can see a similarity and a comparison to what these guys can do with these common opponents. You know what I'm saying? But fighting the same guy over and over again, that's stupid. It's insane. Literally, it's insane. Like, Dillian Whyte, yeah, you've earned your shot. But, dude, like, fight someone else. I know he's went after Wilder. He's been calling out Wilder. But, like, to get another opportunity with Joshua, it just sounds it's just too redundant at this point. It's too redundant. It's like, okay, you can't fight that, so I'm going to get you can't get a fight with Deontay Wilder, so you're going to pick Joshua because Joshua's running out of people. I don't think Joshua has anyone to run out of. I think everyone wants some of Joshua. Dominic Brazil just called Joshua out for a rematch, but he's already dispatched him. What makes Dillian Whyte so much better? But I would like to see Dillian Whyte, like I said, discussed earlier. I would like to see him fight someone. I don't want to see him fight Joshua. Because again, these fights keep running on. You know what I mean? Like an 8-track tape. Dillian Whyte already fought Joshua. Anthony Joshua already fought Dillian Whyte. Dominic Brazil already fought Anthony Joshua. These fights have already happened. So yeah, rematches are cool. I understand people, they have a loss since then, so they want to redeem themselves. But let's get some new blood on there. Let's get some new kids on the block, because at this point, it looks redundant in what happens when things keep happening. That's why people sway away from the sport of boxing, simply because, they keep seeing the same fights. No one wants to see the same fights over and over again. You know what I mean? I know that it was an exciting fight or whatever, but let's change the dynamic some. Let's switch it up. Let's, bring Big Baby Miller in there. That could be a good fight for Joshua to have, simply because Miller's undefeated. They did square off, shots fired. They had a exchange of words in New York. Introducing the Zone app. So yeah, that fight could happen. I would be more comfortable again seeing that than Dillian Whyte. And I'm not trying to just, piss on Dillian Whyte or nothing like that. I just feel these guys should start fighting other opponents. Make it interesting. Mix it up. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you don't fight everyone, you can't claim you're the best, because you never know. We can look back at so many situations where that happened. Trinidad wanted De La Hoya, got De La Hoya, but wouldn't fight Corte. Corte gave De La Hoya all he could handle. You know what I'm saying? But who didn't fight each other? Trinidad and Corte. They never fought each other. So it's like one of those things where it's like certain fighters avoid certain fights for certain reasons, and I get it, but fight everyone. Be that guy. Be that Roy Jones. Be that Sugar Shane Mosley. You know what I mean? You're not going to win them all, but in hindsight, I challenged everyone. Be that Emmanuel Augustus. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't have the perfect record, but it's not about the record. It's about the spirit. It's about wanting to be the best, wanting to prove that you're the best. You know what I mean? And the best should fight everybody. If you're the champ, you should fight everyone. And I think Anthony Joshua should fight someone like Luis Ortiz, honestly. To erase the stigma of ducking him last year. I would go for that. Now that would be a question mark answered, simply because, that is a question. People did wonder, why did Eddie Hearn temporarily sign Luis Ortiz to fight Anthony Joshua? Tried to pay him some step-aside money, which he refused. And then he was let go, supposedly, of some fights that didn't look up to par, but he never fought Luis Ortiz when Luis Ortiz was undefeated. You know what I'm saying? So those things are questionable. No one, on this channel, man, if you're at fault, I will call you out. And if something's questionable, I'm going to question it. And I'm questioning this now. Like Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua, that just sounds like it's just too redundant to me. Fight someone else. Fight someone daring. Dare to be great. Okay? Don't do the same thing just because, it has to be more than just business. Because at the end of the day, Joshua is one of the highest paid heavyweights ever. You know what I mean? He's making all the money. He's one of the highest paid boxers of the day. So he's making the money. So it can't just all be about the money. You know what I mean? Do something for legacy. You know what I mean? Take, for example, Canelo Alvarez. He didn't have to fight Erislandy Lara, even though I thought he lost that fight, but he still fought him. That's what you're supposed to do. And it wasn't a big money fight, but it was a fight that everyone wants to see because it was a dangerous, risky fight. If Anthony Joshua says Canelo is one of his favorite boxers, he should follow some of the things that he does. Now, I don't agree with everything that Canelo does, but I agreed with what he did then, because he could have always ducked Lara. You know what I mean? Another dangerous Cuban, right? Fight Ortiz. And then when you fight Ortiz and you dispatch him, or if you get past him, then you'll know, hey, I fought pretty much everyone except Wilder. Wilder, you got to come see me. Because I fought the guy that you beat also, but I did it better. You know what I mean? It could be strategy. Let's look at it like that. I got a plan and strategy for everyone if they want to be great. Just come see me. I'll give you a blueprint. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this video. Please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.